Good morning, class. So today what we're going to be doing is different types of verbs. So we're going to take this sheet and you're going to cut the rectangle completely out. So you're going to cut along all of the different sides so you make a square. It will look like that when you've completed it. Once you've cut that out, then you're going to cut down the sides so you can make the flap. You want to make sure that you can put glue on this longer rectangle here. Once you have that cut out, then you can glue on the longer rectangle so that you have the flaps to open up. All right, you can pause the video and do that if you need to. Otherwise, the next part is to start our notes. So underneath where you glued that, so right on the bottom here, you are going to write verb phrase. Includes a helping verb and an action verb or a linking verb. So I will show you what that looks like here. All right. Next, we're going to write about the action verbs. So action verbs are verbs that show action. So underneath your flap, go ahead and write shows action. And some examples of those would be like run, kick, jump, hop, dance, skip, roll, anything that would show action. So an example sentence, which I would like you to write these down, is I skipped to class. And underline skipped because that would be your action verb. All right, the next one are linking verbs. And linking verbs, they show a state of being. They kind of connect words together. So we're going to write down shows state of being and some examples. Is, were, are, am, was, be, been. And the example sentence that I wrote down is, we are going home. And are would be the linking verb. It is connecting the subject to what the subject's doing. All right, and finally we have helping verbs. And helping verbs help what the main verb is. So we're going to write down words that help the main verb. Some examples are have, is, does, had, was, might, may. The example sentence would be, I might go to the movies Friday. And we would underline might because that is the helping verb. It's helping the verb go, and it's connecting that. So it's helping that main verb, saying that it might go. They might go. So here you go. Make sure you write that down. Make sure you take your time to write these notes down because when it comes to the test, you do get to use your notebook. And so if you have good notes, you should be doing well on the test. And if you don't, then you might struggle with the test. So I just want to make sure that you use my notebook as an example and write down what I have on this page. Finally, you're going to now take, just a second, this page, and you're just going to cut out both squares. These are just common linking verbs and common helping verbs that you may see. So some more examples. And then you're just going to glue them down on that next page. So you'd have the examples on one side, and then the definitions on the other. If you would have time, you can color them so they're color coordinated. So I have action verbs as pink, linking verbs as a bluish color, and helping verbs as purple. And then just make sure that you color the common helping verbs and common linking verbs the same colors as you colored the examples over here, the definitions. Finally, you have a sheet that you can complete for the extra points, and it is on action verbs, linking verbs, and helping verbs. So if you turn that in, and I'll correct it, and whatever you get correct, you get those extra points for that. So make sure you take your time to take these notes, you do a good job, and you try to complete the extra sheet there. All right, and that's it for today's lesson.